It is the 41st millennium. For 10,000 years, the Imperium has dominated the galaxy. There is only war. Every human soul, from the most highborn lord to the most basic servitor, is dedicated to the service of the God Emperor of mankind. The Imperium's battle fleets and armies, from the conscripted soldiers of the Astra Militarum to the elite space marines of the Adeptus Astartes, keep humanity safe from alien threats and cosmic horrors beyond imagining. But there is another war. It is the one in which I serve.
Archangel, literal translation.
Our war is not one of battlefields and fleet engagements. It is waged by the dedicated agents of the Imperial Inquisition. It is fought in the cities and hives of the Imperium. In the back streets and the forgotten sublevels. In hive cities like Tertian.
We are surrounded! Don't get overrun! Look! Prove it all!
For if the Inquisition fails, if we fail, the Imperium falls with us.
Ooh, I've seen that trailer several times and it looks so much better on PS5. What is up, everyone, and welcome to Darktide. That's right, Darktide's finally on PS5. As you can probably tell, I did pay the extra $10 for the special edition, not because I support the idea of paying extra for on-time release. In fact, I find that abhorrent and think that trend needs to be reversed immediately. But I was always going to spend the extra money for Darktide because I've just been so excited for this game. I did watch it when it came out, like videos of it when it came out on release for Xbox and PC. By the way, I really hate the idea that stuff can release on one platform and not release on all of them. Like, I will fight anyone who argues against me with this. Nintendo games should not be Switch exclusive. PlayStation games created by Sony, like God of War, should not be PlayStation exclusive. Same thing with like Ghost of Tsushima. Xbox games should not be Xbox exclusive. And PC games should not be PC exclusive. Though if you're like a single developer, like the dude who created Kenshi, I can understand not being able to make it console compatible. Anyways, this is going to be more of a first look stream. This is the early hours of the morning for me, and I'm extremely exhausted, but I wanted to play it the moment it came out. I'll have like a proper playthrough of it, probably starting to come out tomorrow, and then, I don't know, we'll see. It's probably not going to be like semi-regular releases. Anyways, enough talking, let's get in. Processing Inquisitorial Clearance. I love that music so much. But I'll probably keep my intro character the same for the playthrough. Yes, I've already read through the privacy policy. And the first look, I accept the EULA. Hurry it up. I understand. Alright, so let's choose my class. Now, I could be an Ogryn. Ogrins are massive, powerful abhumans, often used as shock troops for the Astra Militarum. They are strong and loyal, but have limited intelligence. Psyker. Psychic mutants, or Psykers, draw power from the Immaterium to fuel their formidable mental abilities. They are viewed with suspicion as witches throughout the Imperium because people are stupid. I could be a Zealot. Zealots are fanatically pious warriors whose rage and fervor in the Emperor's name leads them to places those of lesser faith would fear to tread. However, you are also heretics who blaspheme the imperial truth, so I'm going to be a veteran. Troopers of the Astra Militarum, the backbone of the Imperium, the backbone of the Great Crusade. Veterans are valued as seasoned and skilled warriors for the Emperor of mankind. So let's do it. So what's my homeworld? Pavane. Oh wow, it's more than I saw initially. So I can do Pavane. Relatively newly colonized, Pavane is already a self-sustaining world rich in natural resources whose population is expanding quickly. Branx Magna. Okay, so these all worlds within the Mobian domain? Yeah. The Mobian domain is full of established worlds, burgeoning settlements, and far-flung colonies. Even though you've been on the move for a long time, there's still one place that you can call home. Cadia obviously is not part of the Mobian domain, formerly the Imperium's most famous fortress world. Its fall marked the beginning of the era Indomitus, the Dark Imperium. So yeah, Cadia is in the Cadian Gate region. The Mobian domain is closer to Segmentum Solar. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, the Mobian domain is actually on Imperium Sanctus, and Cadia is right in the middle of the two, because, yeah, that's where the Blackstone Fortress caused the Cicatrix Maledictum. Mornax, a small grim mining world known for its hellish conditions, which produces a famously hardy and dour populace. Incron, an oceanic world, the populace of Incron inhabit vast hive islands. Incron is the Mobian domain's main naval depot. Messalina Gloriana, a heavily forested moon, serves as a minor shrine world. It has few resources and low population, but is strategically nearby Comaris. Wonder how that happened. Rosaria, a small agri-world that produces intensively farmed and mass-harvested grain crops. Rosarians are the butt of many jokes, considered backwards by other Mobians, and yet they're hardworking and honest to a fault. Probably going to choose that for my character, though I get the feeling when I do a full playthrough tomorrow, I'm going to choose Cadia. But for now, I'm definitely going to do Ryceria. The last one is Crucis, considered the second world of the Mobian domain, behind Tertium. Crucis is a large shrine world and a popular destination for pilgrimages. So I assume that's what you'd use if you were a zealot, that or Gloriana. If you're looking for the Ogren, definitely got to go Mornax. If you're looking for the Psyker, Branx, and probably Pavane. But I feel like Pavane could also be considered a soldier's world. This could also be considered a Ogren world. But yeah, Rosaria. Let's do it. So, childhood. One's character is defined by childhood experience, or so they say. Like so many others in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, you had a tough upbringing, but unlike many, you got through it with the scars to prove it. Grox Prodder. Bred throughout the Imperium as invaluable livestock, Grox are large, stubborn, and infamously aggressive brutes. Reptilian brutes who regularly turn on their handlers, thus be herded by brave or foolish Prados, youths whose life expectancy is predictably low. Except, perhaps, in the Sabbat worlds. Algae farmers. Algae farms can be found all across the Imperium, growing huge quantities of sludgy plant matter in industrial-scale vats. Once processed, algae provides a plentiful, foul-tasting source of nutrition for the burgeoning Imperium, and a healthy-ish alternative to corpse starch. Agritoiler. Few hive worlds are capable of supporting their own populations, and so the duty of providing food for the Imperium's untold billions falls to the agri-worlds, where the entire surface of a planet is devoted to growing crops or raising livestock on an unimaginable scale. And finally, the one that I'm going to choose, Militia Lackey. The pressed youth of a planetary militia rarely achieve any rank, nor garner any glory. They're lucky they might learn some survival skills while serving as trench runners or ammo monkeys. So yeah, my backstory, my character was initially supposed to be a Grox Prodder, but then decided to run away and join the militia, where he became a scout for the militia. Growing up, there aren't a lot of options for folk like you growing up, but you had to find a way to overcome the trials of youth by fair means or foul unpaid debt. In most hive cities, debt collectors thrive in an industry built to exploit the impoverished and vulnerable. Bailiffs, strong arms, and even bounty hunters are often employed to procure what is owned to immoral moneylenders. Witness to a crime. To ensure none escape justice, the enforcers in the Mobian domain often round up and punish those who witness but fail to report a crime. Even when the witness withheld information for fear of their lives, no exception is made. Hive Guide. Level upon level, hives are labyrinthine and ever-changing as old access routes are closed and new ones open. Without a guide, even people who've lived in a hive their entire lives can become hopelessly lost if they stray too far from their district. Hive Ganger. Hive gangs are territorial criminal organizations and run all manner of rackets in the lower depths of the hive worlds. The most hard-bitten gangers are highly sought after as recruits for the Astra Militarum, though most would rather die in a pit fight than serve the Emperor as a soldier. Comfort through discipline. When searching for new recruits, the Astra Militarum will take anyone able-bodied, but those with discipline and mental fortitude make the most reliable soldiers for the crucible of war and are often earmarked as the officers of the future. Conscripted. The Astra Militarum is a formidable force and loves conscription. A favorite battle tactic is to engage the enemy in a war of attrition. It takes a constant influx of new recruits to replenish the casualties suffered in the maelstrom of meat grinder battles. Fun fact, Rabute Gilliman has reformed that particular practice to make battles more efficient and cut down on the amount of grinder battles, and also get rid of the Javarian mindset of the Eye of Terror can be conquered if you have enough bodies to throw at it. If you know all those references, congratulations, you, like me, read way too many Dan Abnett books. And finally, the one that I'm going to choose, Enlisted. The militia are the first line of planetary defense and serve as a fertile recruiting ground for the larger and better equipped forces of the Astra Militarum. What happened? Like I said, I started as a militia recruit. I ran away from a job as a Grox prodder, became a scout, and from there was invited to join the Astra Militarum for my skills, trained further, and defining moment. You've been through a lot. The struggle you call life demanded it, but through all the hardships and all the triumphs, one incident stands out in your memory which has shaped you more than anything. Warp Storm. Warp travel is notoriously dangerous, and even routine trips can be temperamental. Losing months, years, decades, or even centuries during warp jumps is not uncommon, especially when warp anomalies or violent storms tear at the immaterium. Recruited. The Astra Militarum draws recruits from myriad sources. Planet's militia, hive gangs, or even workforce provide fertile recruiting grounds. For some, service in the Imperial Guard is the only way to improve their lot in life, if only briefly. Field promotion. Those soldiers who show sufficient promise and leadership skills may be promoted to an NCO, non-commissioned officer. Invaluable in the field, these squad leaders are expected to lead from the front, holding their troops together in the face of terrifying odds. Duel. Despite attempts by the authorities to crack down on them, honor duels remain a popular, deadly method of settling disputes throughout the Mubian domain. Screw the nobles. Saved by the Sarge. The Mubian regiments of the Astra Militarum, it is commonplace for the survivors of battles to swear oaths to avenge their fallen brethren, no matter the cost. Your Sarge gave her life to save you, that must be honored. Elite formation. Quickly prove to be a capable soldier and find yourself recruited into a storied regiment. After many grueling battles across a dozen worlds, you earned your veteran status. Great things were expected of you. And decorated for bravery. The galactic north of domain is dotted with feral worlds, the site of constant battles to hold back the Darktide. It was in these fringe wars that you found your courage and purpose. So, as much as I'd love to do field promotion or elite formation, I'm gonna choose Warp Storm, just to make it interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna be a male for this because I want the male voice actor, and I'm going to hit randomize a bunch of times until I find one that I really like. Let's see. Okay, I'm seeing this one a lot, so I guess this is the one that I'm going to choose. Personality.
Another day, another set of useless bloody orders from some useless bloody carker sitting safe in planetary orbit while I'm down here in the mud trying not to get me block knocked off. Just my carking luck. I mean, it wasn't my fault that a few things went missing from the stores now, was it? If they were needed for the war effort, then the quartermaster would have locked the door or at least... No. Wait, come to think of it, there was a guard. Had a lot of blood.
Your life choices have molded you to the person you are today. There's been happiness in your life, sure, but you've left with plenty of scars and not just the physical kind. This is what you've become. Your operative's personality affects how your character responds to other characters.
Just watch the world die. 8,000 years of defiance gone in an eye blink. And with it, when some of the finest soldiers I had the honor to serve alongside. Not for glory, not for victory, not even for defiance, but because sooner or later, the void swallows everything. I learned something that day. No world, no bastion, maybe no faith is impregnable. The agents of the enemy are everywhere, watching, plotting, waiting. Only thing to be done with heresy is to root it out with fire and steel.
Yeah, I want to use that section when I do my actual playthrough. I want to be Acadian cut.
Don't give the heretics a fragging inch!
That's it.
Stick with me, and we'll get through this!
The other two actually read out their stuff. That's a shame. Alright, it's professional. Just another day in the Imperial Guard, only I'm not even part of the Guard any longer. Not since that business with the Commissar, the Court-Martial, and the holding cell. Now I'm part of this merry band of maniacs, for better or worse. Still figuring out what that means. Oh, that's my place. Oh, exactly, but most of it seems to be putting the boot in on the Emperor's enemies and not getting summarily executed for meeting the wrong stare funny, so I guess I'm better off, at least so long as the ammo and grub doesn't run out. Alright, your sentence. This is where your life journey has led. You are a prisoner of the Imperium, convicted of a crime you may or may not have committed, but guilt is irrelevant at this point. Innocence proves nothing. So, sedition. Overtly seditious conduct, ranging from disrespectful speech to mass organizations with intent to protest, for things like not being sent in a mass suicide charge, is all considered part of a tendency toward rebellion against the established order, and that is something the Imperium will not tolerate. Blue prison guard. Insubordination. Disobedience, real or implied, to imperial authorities enough to earn demotion, prison, or death. Red prison garb. Misplaced faith, so powerful the upper figures of the Adeptus Ministorum that to draw their ire by questioning their faith or worldly habits is to invite a death sentence. Green prison garb. And dereliction of duty. Punishment for dereliction of duty is often death, but in some cases the sentence is waived in exchange for service in a penal battalion, or worse. Yellow. Well, I'm going to go with green, misplaced faith. Because, yeah. Of course, I'm going to go with that. As for my name, could go with Leandros, but that would make him a hero, and we all know he's not a hero. So we'll go with Androsky. You were born in Rosaria. Like many Hive Jews, you were drafted at an early age to serve a menial role in the local militia. Read, I actually volunteered for it, but it was listed as a draft in order to make it seem more believable because I didn't want to be a Groxbroder, where I served as a scout. At a young age, you joined the ranks of the planet's militia and spent years in the field fighting in several campaigns of the Fringe Wars as a scout. On campaign with the Astra Militarum, you were stranded in a warp storm for nearly 2 years. You were declared unfaithful by a famous deacon of Crucis. Most knew the charges stemmed from the audacity of questioning the deacon's lavish lifestyle, but you were sent to the prison ship Tancred Bastion all the same. You were on board the Tancred Bastion, en route to Atoma Prime. Okay, if it's only 2 years, I was hoping you were just caught in a warp storm. I'd rather switch it to field promotion. Actually, not field promotion. How about decorative bravery?
Stay alert! We're not...
Misplaced faith. And Drosky, continue. Wait, what? Great. There goes my name. Here we go. Confirm and play the prologue. Here we go. Life's purpose is to serve the Emperor. You will fall, but you will not fall alone. Order and obedience are meat and drink to the faithful.
Prisoners all secure, ma'am.
I'll check for myself if you don't mind.
Of course, ma'am. But do be wary. Every one of them's a filthy heretic.
That one certainly is. Keep him intact. No accidents. My master wants to interrogate him as soon as we reach the Hive.
Of course, ma'am.
Upon my life.
This one, however.
Makes you wonder why we even bother shipping trash like that. Save a lot of data slate work just to process the execution notice now.
What do you say, criminal? Shall I put you out of your misery?
And ours, you would.
Be quiet. Well? Nothing to say?
This is a mistake. I am a loyal servant of the throne.
But of course. I'll just let you out now, then.
Shame you'll never get to prove that.
Private Terror! We're boarded!
Counterfly, now!
Come with us, brother. We have a way out. What do we do about that one?
Nothing. The boxers will be here to feed soon enough.
Should have had an accident happen to him. Also, how did we survive that explosion? We got very lucky. Especially because the Nurgle stuff should have killed us. Well, at least should have infected us, but apparently it didn't. Still, got ourselves a nice little jagged weapon.
Support request urgent. Traitor assault. We need assistance in cell block 87 now.
Ship's boarded. Convicts or not, have a duty to the Imperium.
Grin. Time to be a Kriegsman, though. Okay, X is the jump button. To a conduit 3972-A, refuse disposal. So R2 is that. Okay, block is L2. Nothing's attacking me yet.
Poxwalker.
Here we go, Poxwalker. Right, that's how I sprint. No. How do I climb? Oh, I just do that. Now we gotta skip the cell block. Okay, well, you all seem happy in block 91.
Don't
Okay, what's it
reckon much to the
containing?
security on this ship.
No kidding.
Arms and response teams in the block 87 Bay area. Bless it, throne, there's no end to them.
Right there. Let's go join the armsmen. On a parallel direction, of course. Unless I know how to sprint. Oh, you're dead. But I want to know... Oh, it just goes straight down. Oof, and it's rotting in here. That doesn't bode well. Not at all, because of the heretic there. Charge!
Training
Suffered my
shining.
first hits.
Good to know.
Yep, but I suffered my first hits of the fighting. Okay, open the security door.
Security stations are overrun. We'll have to hold them in prisoner containment.
Guess that guard died in multiple areas. No sign of his killers though, yet. Ah, you two ain't killing me. This is reminding me a lot of Necromunda. The Bounty Hunter Necromunda game. But at the same time, it's like, also not. because this feels just like so much better so far than that game felt. That game just felt so annoying.
Hope that elevator's still working.
I hope so too. Like that game just felt so annoying, trying to shoot my way past enemies. This game, though it is very, very similar, so far feels great. Uh-oh. Wonder if she's still alive. I do know that she is, but just gotta play up the drama. I guess these are heretic guardsmen then.
Great. You come for blood too, criminal?
So, ogre. As the prisoner.
You said you were a loyal servant of the throne.
I did.
Then prove it.
Let's kill heretics. Let's get to the hangar. This feels much different. One thing, it feels a lot slower paced.
Storm Raptor! Urgent extraction requested! The traitors have overrun the ship! Confirmed. Storm Raptor inbound.
I'm giving you a chance. Cross me and you're dead. You understand, criminal?
Yes, Mum.
So it's a lot harder to tell when I actually have taken someone out, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, graphics and FPS looks great.
Understood.
Like, it looks really good, but there's no like kill indicator, and that's driving me crazy because I feel like I'm wasting ammunition a bit. Oh, and Zola somehow does more and less than I
You're
thought
actually
she would.
not bad at this.
That's militarium training for you.
Finally figured out how to reload. Gotta hold square, which is really weird. I was trying to press it, thinking that would do the trick. No goodies in here. Dang it. Yeah, well. That's our storm raptor, I assume.
Come on!
So let's move. I can hear them, but I don't.
Masuzi, get us the hell out of here!
Stand by, Zola. The guidance is out. I need a minute to recalibrate.
Great.
Let's give them a run.
There's the music. Yes, this isn't an auto las rifle, which is annoying because I'm used to auto las rifles. That was quick.
Masozi, you done any time soon?
Still alive out there. Guidance is useless, so we're out of here.
Well, you coming or not? You helped me. Maybe I can help you. No promises. You'll probably wind up dead.
I was dead anyway.
Very poetic. Just don't tell anyone I let an escaped prisoner save my life. You'll be more than dead.
Let's get the hell out of here.
There it is. Terminal 5. Or Turkey, and a Terminal 5. Trophy and bronze, don't let me down, criminal. Complete the prologue. Oh, this music is so good. This music is brilliant. Don't let me down, criminal. Penance completed.
Welcome to the Morning Star. Inquisitor Grendel's void ship, and you're home from now until you're no longer of use to us. Report to the Strategium at once. And don't make me regret sparing your life.
Looks like my Wi-Fi has been holding up surprisingly. Whoa, that is really weird. The way my character's running. It's at just, like, he's just a little bit too far out and too far slightly over to the side, and that makes it really weird. So far, my Wi-Fi has been holding up, which is nice. One last thing. Whatever happened to the Tancred Bastion? Did we just allow it to land on the surface and disgorge its heretics? Did Wolfer and crew steal a couple of escape craft? Did it get blown up? What the heck happened to it? Here are some inquisitorial soldiers. Is there a map button? Doesn't appear to be one. Nope. Okay. So, I'm assuming that's the Strategium. Or not the Strategium, but that's like a command quarter. Or briefing room, I should say. Because that looks mightily similar to the briefing deck. Oh, hey, it's a servitor. Like the briefing room that Akaran uses in Space Marine 2. You also see that feature pretty prominently in the Carnival trailer. So for now, let's just head to the elevator to get to the strategic. All right. Let's see.
So the next step before we can...
Is this kind of no-oper the best we can recruit these days?
This one could be useful. Claims to be a loyal servant of the throne.
Sounds great.
This is...
I'm Sergeant Major Morrow. You're fresh meat. Mission briefings come through me. Let's see what you can do.
All right. Get to the Psychanium.
Seems like she was either trying to be kind of soft on us, because we did help her, or she was...
So good. Next up, you're to report to Stephanie at the Psychanium for additional training. Take my advice. Don't stare. She doesn't like it.
Or she was being...
You must be the new recruit Explicator Zola spoke of. If I'm honest, and I am seldom otherwise, I am not impressed. No wonder she recommended you for further training. Welcome to the meat grinder. Everything here may feel real, But don't worry, you won't get hurt. Not unless you anger Persephone. Don't be alarmed by my little puppets, but do shoot them, or hit them, a lot, with whatever weapon takes your fancy. They won't feel it. They're not real. They exist only so that you can learn more about me and about the weapons you carry. Stay as long as you like. Stephanie likes the company and the taste of your bloodlust. Your mind is so small. However do you get anything done in there? Yes, the Psychonium is just the place. You can chain light or heavy attacks in any order. Chained attacks have different angles of attack and damage properties. Some weapons have a powerful special attack. Others have a special ability that changes their next attack. Pushing can stagger groups of enemies. Pushing requires stamina. Grenades can be equipped and thrown. Each class has access to different grenades. Your compatibility massively increases gun handling and damage for a brief time. Dodging allows you to evade range fire and melee attacks. Enemy attacks initially damage your toughness. Once your toughness is broken, they damage your health. Additionally, enemy attacks will stagger and stun you if you have no toughness. Killing enemies in melee replenishes toughness. Each nearby teammate also grants toughness regeneration. That marks the end of basic training. You are now ready to serve. Should you wish to further hone your knowledge, you can undertake advanced training. use armor-piercing weaponry and attacks to damage armored enemies. You can perform a unique follow-up attack after a push. Medipacks and ammo crates can be picked up and deployed to aid your team.
Ammo crate!
Downed teammates can be helped up. Incapacitated teammates are captured by the enemy, but can be rescued. Corruption is caused by certain attacks, items, or being downed. Corruption reduces maximum health. If you are downed when the last segment of your health bar is corrupted, you are incapacitated and captured. Health can be restored and corruption cleansed at Medicaid stations. Medicaid stations have limited uses, indicated by the glowing lights. Dangerous enemies can be tagged to alert your team. World markers can be placed to help coordinate your team's tactics.
Enemy sighted!
Sprinting helps avoid range fire. Crouching while sprinting performs a slide. Sliding helps evade attacks, similar to dodging. Closing with ranged enemies forces them to stop shooting and engage in melee combat. When ranged enemies are shot at, they flinch, becoming suppressed. Suppressed enemies try to take cover and will not fire back. Ranged attacks cause suppression, making it harder to land accurate shots. Get out of the line of fire to restore accuracy. Marks the end of your advanced training. You now know everything you need to survive tertiary.
It is my honor to serve the God Emperor of mankind, and fight the darkness that contaminates the Imperium. The supreme power of the Holy Inquisition is mine to wield. Who am I? I'm a warrior. The hive world of Atoma Prime is a vital stronghold of Imperial power. No matter the darkness, no matter the racking storms of space, Atoma Prime must stand resolute. But a threat has come. The very darkness I am sworn to deny. Who am I? I have learned that Atoma is cast by the dark stain of truth. Chaos is the arch-enemy of mankind. It is the damnation of the warp. It is everything I am sworn to oppose. Who am I? I'm a warrior! It can only be cast out by the light of the throne and the scourging touch of flames. Who am I? I'm a warrior! As an instrument of the Inquisition, and no matter the risk to body and soul, I will purge the hive from top to bottom, and cut out every scrap of darkness I find. Who am I? I'm a warrior! The omnipotence. deter you to go into battle with substandard armaments?
Interrogator Rannick, I must request more resources at Manufactory HL-1736. The secret of the Right of Steel continues to elude.
I rather thought it might. Very well, I'll have Hestia see what we can send your way.
Now hear this. All strategic officers to your stations. I repeat, all strategic officers to your stations.
Found your way to the mission terminal, did ya? Guess that means I can't have you executed. Not yet. This is the heart of the operation. Your best friend if you want to stay in my good books. Atoma's in trouble. No two ways about it. The only hope we have in this mess lies in us sending our strike teams where they're needed. Making a difference wherever we can. For as long as we're still breathing. No guarantees on that last bit, by the way. So, ready to be a hero? Then think again. You're a reject. Fight like it.
Good price too.